sometimes look down on other natives that cannot speak. And for those that cannot speak, how do you? Because like right now, okay, so of the three keiki that I have, two pukakula, right?
Mhm.
Anakena and I still don't olel Hawaii. We still walking with our la'i, right? We still going to an halavai, and we still go into the keena, and we gotta grab our la'i. So for us, it kind of defeats, or it defeats us a little bit, yeah, walking in after all these years. But I tell Anake every time that by no means is anybody ever gonna tell me they're more Hawaiian than I am, right? Because of whatever they know more or they can speak fluently and stuff like that. Because um really there's levels to your involvement and your levels to your comprehension and ike that you know, right? But that confidence in who you are and what you believe shouldn't matter with how much you can speak. Although I do feel like if I could speak, it would be so much greater of a expansion, I guess, of what we're trying to do.
Yeah. Well, so I think there's a lot of ways to answer this, and for me, there's a lot of reasons. So I don't think everybody needs to feel obligated to learn. I think basic things, it's nice to know a few words. It's nice to know um the mindset of Hawaiian thinking and Hawaiian thinking like a Hawaiian, stuff like that. I believe like the ways that you live is far more important than just being Hawaiian, like having the blood or just like having languages. Because I have the language, but doesn't mean that I do more Hawaiian things than other people, And I acknowledge that. Like I see people who aren't even Hawaiian that, to me, in my eyes, if there was like a qualification of what makes a good Hawaiian, they're checking off way more boxes than I am. And just because I have the Olelo, that kind of gives me my little trump card, right? That what keeps me secure in my Hawaiian identity, along with some of the other things I do. Because like I was never into hula, I was never into singing, oli, stuff like that. So that Hawaiian identity for me was always like not lost, but that wasn't part of my own identity as who I am as a person.
I get it because I learned more Hawaiian things from my pure Filipino dad than maybe not more, but I guess
Cultural
yeah,
practices. Yeah.
cultural practices from my dad, and he is pure Filipino. But I think this last pukakula with my daughter, Violu, graduating, this last the week long ceremony for Navihi, I really by the time we got to the rehearsal on Thursday night, I think we had done the walk, we had done the wait, did you ended up graduating
No,
after
I moved to
you moved?
Kaiser.
Oh, you did. You
Yeah.
moved to Kaiser.
I was one of those students that I
Oh,
was
so you never
and
you never
I
get
was
the week.
complaining. I was like, I don't like
Oh,
go Navajo anymore. I want to go to a regular school. I want to play sports.
oh,
We had
that's
to meet with
right.
Kumukamana. We had
Right,
to meet with all the teachers and
right,
all that. It's not like regular school where you just
right,
leave. It's like
right.
you have to have these meetings. You have to explain why, like,
Yeah, you
because
kind of
you're
come.
there your whole. It's like
Right.
leaving a family.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's like
The,
breaking up with a significant
yeah,
other.
it's very deep, and
Yeah,
so not many people know, but when you graduate from, or when you graduate from Navahi, it's actually um not just a week long celebration, but it actually starts way before, even
from high school,
from high
making the
from
lei hulu,
yeah, from the lehulu, and then a lot of the fundraising and stuff like that is done from then.
ulama
Yeah,
mauliola. Yeah.
and you continuously move towards that 1 week, right? But during the 1 week, by the time we got to Thursday, I had to at the rehearsal, I had to get up and I said in front of our makuas, because this class is the biggest class ever from Navahi. So I think we had 41 Haumana that graduated, and we were all there from Punanaleo. A lot of us, majority of that 41 was there from Punanaleo. We were all um, young makuas growing up. And so um, I told them that I really appreciate the way immersion, how we won Ohana, but the intentions behind so many things, like why we do the walk, why we do the lehulu, why
Hmm.
we do this, why we do that. And so I think going back to the whole discussion of speaking and being more Hawaiian or less Hawaiian. I think once you can feel that in your na'au, that intentions and why and what, I think that changes the game. I think that
Mm-hmm.
um you become touched by that feeling, and that's what you should hold on to, whether you can speak or you cannot speak.
Yeah.
It is very, very beautiful to see the intentions. It's amazing. I'll show you some pictures later
Mm-hmm.
of the Mokuola swim and what it was that morning, and having 40 haumana, 40 41 haumana was
Yeah, well, I
amazing.
remember because Micah, my older
All
brother,
right,
he did
Micah
that.
did,
So
right?
and when you
Okay.
do that week-long ceremony, it's not just you and your classmates; it's your
The
whole family, your siblings, your parents.
yeah,
They all participate.
yeah,
So oh, I getting chicken skin just thinking about it. And there's all these cool events that happen, and
yes.
it ends with a big celebration.
I think the general public just doesn't realize that,
Mm.
and
It's very deep,
it's
very
very
deep.
deep. And
Yeah.
I encourage anybody listening, anybody watching, that if they can get into an immersion school, wherever whatever part of the Paina they live, I
Mm-hmm.
encourage that 100%. It'll change your life, because we were talking about it coming up that um uh what's his name, Denzel Washington. There's a video of him talking about cultural versus color, right?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter if you're black or white, but to tell the story of your people, it doesn't make sense for a white director to tell the story of a black family,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's important that a Hawaiian family tells the story about Hawaiian people. And so
Absolutely.
I encourage everybody to get into immersion as much as they can.